Section 1. A Tale of Two Monies. Debt versus contribution. Let's begin with a simple but profound idea that challenges our fundamental understanding of what money is. For most of human history, the story of money has been a story of debt, a concept deeply ingrained. Think about it. When a central bank prints a dollar, it's essentially an IOU from the government, a promise to pay. When you swipe a credit card, you're creating personal debt, another promise. It's a system of promises, of owing, of interest ticking up in the dead of night. This isn't a moral judgment, it's just a fact of our financial system. Debt has built empires, funded incredible projects, fueled global commerce, but it also creates an inherent hierarchy of lenders and borrowers. This structure can concentrate power and limit opportunity. Now, imagine a different kind of money, a true alternative, one that isn't born from a loan or an obligation to repay. Instead, it's a receipt, a record of value created for your contribution. This money enters the world not when someone borrows, but when someone does something valuable, when they prove they are a real, unique human being participating in a network. This is not debt money, it is contribution money, representing what's been given, not what is owed. And that one word change, from owing to doing, could make all the difference in the world. Section 2. The 4,000-year-old story of IOUs. To understand where we might be going, we have to understand where we've been. The history of money is, for the most part, the history of debt. This isn't new, it's ancient. More than 4,000 years old. Mesopotamia. Before shiny coins, before paper bills, there were ledgers, clay tablets, cuneiform records. Who owed what to whom? Farmers borrowed seeds against a future harvest. Merchants took goods on credit. These were the world's first spreadsheets. They ran on debt. Interest, the fee for borrowing, was born alongside it. Interest became a mechanism that could make the powerful even more powerful over time. Ledgers and interest proved incredibly effective. They allowed societies to scale. Rulers could fund armies, build roads, build aqueducts by borrowing against future taxes. Section 3. A New Idea. Currency earned by doing. For centuries, money has been intertwined with debt. But amidst this long history, a fundamentally different idea is quietly taking root. What if a currency's value didn't have to come from a loan, issued and controlled by a central authority? Instead, its value can emerge directly from the verified contributions made by the very people who use it. This is the core of a contribution-based currency. The model is simple in concept. It rewards the specific actions that help to build, grow, and secure the network itself. Validating your identity, participating in security protocols, building useful applications on top of the network. This represents a fundamental shift from a top-down system to a bottom-up model, creating value made by the many, for the many. Pi Network is a large-scale experiment in this idea. It was designed from the ground up to be truly accessible to everyday people, regardless of their technical background, challenging the need for specialized knowledge or expensive hardware. Pi is a digital currency you can earn from your mobile phone, not energy-intensive mining like Bitcoin. Users earn Pi through simple, consistent actions, like opening the app once a day to prove they are a real, engaged human being. The goal? A widely distributed fair digital currency. Section 4. The Pi Network Blueprint. A closer look. So how does this actually work? Pi Network is built on a few core principles designed to foster trust, accessibility, and utility. The first and most crucial feature is its mandatory KYC, Know Your Customer. Before a user can fully use earned Pi on the main network, they must verify identity. One person, one account. A big shift from early crypto anonymity, to stop fake accounts and hoarding and to build a network of real, authenticated humans. That creates a foundational layer of trust and accountability. The second pillar is mobile-first accessibility, designed to democratize access. Traditional mining needs powerful, energy-hungry computers. Pi only requires a smartphone. Daily check-ins use negligible battery or data, city or remote village. Barrier to entry drops to almost zero. Anyone with a phone can join. Inclusion as the default. Third, reward real utility. The vision goes beyond holding or trading a coin. Section 5. A global contest, the innovators versus the unprepared. This shift toward contribution-based systems is not happening in a vacuum. It is part of a much larger global contest over the future of technology, finance, and power. On one side, you have the innovators. These are the builders. These are the developers. These are the early adopters. They operate in open-source environments. They collaborate across borders. They move quickly. On the other side, you have the gatekeepers of the old systems, the unprepared elites. This isn't necessarily malicious, it's often institutional inertia. These are large, established organizations deeply invested in the status quo. They are accustomed to centralized control. They rely on slow-moving regulatory frameworks. They operate closed systems. They often underestimate the speed and scale at which new, decentralized technologies can spread. Section 6. The four fronts of change. Money, identity, power, new economies. This fundamental clash is a battle between old, established systems and the disruptive potential of new ones. This transformation is playing out across four critical and interconnected domains. First, money and policy. For centuries, the creation and control of money was the domain of central banks and governments. Now, contribution-based currencies, born from participation, directly challenge that monopoly. Who should have the power to create money? Can a currency earned through participation be a stable medium of exchange? Second, identity and data. In the digital age, our identity is one of our most valuable assets. Yet, paradoxically, we have very little actual control over it. It's fragmented across dozens of corporate databases, making it highly vulnerable to data breaches and corporate exploitation. Systems like Pi, with their strong emphasis on KYC, are part of a crucial movement towards self-sovereign identity, putting control back into your hands. Third, power and control. The traditional internet and finance have concentrated immense power in a few mega-corporations and institutions. Finally, the fourth front addresses emerging economies. This isn't just about access to banking, it's about delivering the fundamental tools people need to build new markets from the ground up. Section 7. Signs of the shift. What to watch for. While no one can predict the future with certainty, there are clear signs this shift toward contribution-based, human-verified digital economies is gaining momentum. We don't need a crystal ball. We just need to observe the trends already underway. The first significant indicator, explosive growth of Web3 and DeFi. Usage concentrated in developing regions. Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America. People are not waiting for permission, using mobile apps to trade, save, and transact outside traditional banks. A second sign, evolution of regulation. Governments once viewed crypto with suspicion. That is now changing. Nuanced conversations are happening. New legal frameworks are being developed. Regulators distinguish speculative assets and utility-focused tokens powering real applications. Growing focus on rules for identity-verified networks. Regulatory clarity will enable mainstream adoption and institutional interest. Demand aligns with projects prioritizing KYC and real-world utility. Conclusion. So, where does this leave us? We stand at a crossroads. For thousands of years, our economic story has been defined by debt. It has built our world. It has also created systems of immense pressure, inequality, fragility. Now, for the first time, we have the tools to write a different story. It's a story where value comes not just from what we owe, but from what we do. A story where our contribution, our time, our attention, our verified humanity, is the foundational building block of a new kind of economy. Pi Network is a bold and ambitious attempt to tell this story at a global scale. By focusing on accessibility, identity verification, and real-world utility, it is building a case for a more inclusive financial future. It is not about hype or get-rich-quick schemes. It is a slow, methodical experiment.